Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Megan, and this channel is going to be dedicated to sort of my journals, and how I do that. And I figured what better way to start than a video series with me doing Wreck This Journal, which is a book by Carrie Smith. And I've never done this before. I just got this book yesterday, so I wanted to show you what I've done so far, and in future episodes I'll kind of give you an update of how this particular project is going. So the idea behind Wreck This Journal is right there. To create is to destroy. And so each page is going to be, you're going to do something destructive that you wouldn't normally do with the journal. With the journals, it's not about being perfect or pristine. It's about making a mess and kind of finding beauty in, you know, the destructive method of creating. And so the very first page, the name page, has you write your name all sorts of different ways in white, which I wrote it in a white colored pencil, which obviously didn't show up until I colored over it, and it kind of created a rubbing. The hardest one for me was writing my name backwards. I really had to think about that. Obviously, I covered up my address and my phone number. One thing I did notice is that the Sharpie I used to write my name backwards bled over into the next page, but I'll end up covering that up, so it's no big deal. This is the instruction page. I haven't decorated it yet. I will one day. I don't know when, but these are the directions, what you're supposed to do with this journal. You're supposed to carry this everywhere you go. Follow the instructions on every page. Order is not important. Instructions are open to interpretation, which is really how you get the creativity out of it, because you can sort of interpret the instructions any way you want. If you don't have to be literal or literally do everything it says. You can experiment, which is the 5th instruction, and sort of, you know, get out of your comfort zone a lot. And so, and then sort of the first page, this is the materials page, but the first page with instructions on it were to add your own page numbers, and I use lowercase Roman numerals. I don't know why, I just decided to be different. I use my Micron pens that I used to doodle with. I really like those pens, and I just had them in a few different colors. I know I messed up on the Roman numerals a few times. I had to scratch them out a few times because I haven't used these in over a decade, really. So, who knows? I decided to start with doing the journal with pages, at least by my count, 174 and 175. And the instructions on this were to close the journal and scribble something on the edges. I decided to use that word edges to sort of write a quote saying some people may have rough edges, but remember that quarters and dimes are worth more than pennies and nickels. Before I go into explaining that and what I did with this page in more detail, I'll show you what I did with the edges. I used this dark red, purple, and blue color scheme, and sort of just colored stripes on the bottom and the top. And then on the side, I ended up writing my name with some hearts on each side in those same colors. One thing I think you'll notice about me is I don't really like warm, bright colors. I like colors that are a little cooler, a little darker. I don't like pastels that much. So you'll find I like color. I really like, my favorite color is purple. Or even this dark reddish purple. That's probably my favorite color. And so you'll see a lot of color schemes that are kind of cooler, even wintry, I would say, almost, and some that are even darker than really bright, you know, summery colors. And I guess that's what you'll notice about this. That's one thing you'll notice about me as I do this journal, I think. And as for this page and this quote, what I did is I used watercolor pencil around the edges, and that was probably a mistake, something I wouldn't do normally because obviously the page is curled up on me. But I said go with it. I think it gives it a little bit of a used feel. And when I do the journal, it will be all like messed up and have all these different imperfections and destructive qualities where it looks like, you know, it's falling apart. And so I think that's part of it. And I think that's kind of the quote I wanted to do here. Some people may have rough edges, but remember that quarters and dimes are worth more than pennies and nickels. I'm really talking more about creativity and imagination. And I have nothing against people who are perfectionists and want things to be perfect. I'm not that person. I like things to have some flaws. I think that adds a lot of personality. And so for me, when it comes to art, rough edges really kind of make a piece. You know, those little imperfections just sort of make it speak to me in a different way. Some people don't like it, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, this is true, that the rough edges really do, not literal rough edges, but rough edges really do make it pop. And that's kind of why I got this journal, to be honest, is to sort of experiment and have a little bit of destruction going on in a journal that's really beautiful in a way and doesn't make me want to throw it away. Another thing you'll notice about this journal is I like to write a lot. I like it better than really drawing or doing things really artistic. I'm a writer, I'm a journaler, and so you'll probably see more text than normal throughout this journal than on others, but I'm okay with it. That's just what I do and my personal spin on it, and that's how I can make it kind of my own. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll come back for the next episodes. I'm probably going to do more than one spread per episode, by the way. This was just a beginning, and I just wanted to take some time to explain sort of my style and what kind of personal touches I'll be putting on this journal and sort of my feelings for it. So please come back, and thank you. Bye.